If I knew, I wouldn't be here asking you.
You are not a fool, Rook. Do not play at it. You observed that the first elves were spirits, did you not? Mythal was a spirit turned elven. And when her body was struck down to spirit, she returned. Her essence sheltered in a willing mortal vessel.
Why am I blanking completely on the name of the actress
from host to host,
who played Catherine
slowly
Janeway?
amassing her former
Kate
power anew.
Mulvaney?
Until
Mulaney?
once again she was struck down, on this occasion, by Sonia.
I'm just gonna keep calling
He
her Catherine
absorbed
Janeway.
her
Thank you,
power,
Kate Mulgrew. Jesus.
But not her memories.
Then where did they... Wait. You?
As you say.
Oh. Okay, so Kate Mulgrew's Mythal died, Flemeth died, and the memories went into Morgan, which wasn't this like kind of what Morgan was trying to avoid in the first place in Origins that she was so horrified by and didn't want?
Assuming you are who you say you are, how much is a fourth elven god going to complicate things?
Only as much as you may allow.
What? That was like how Elgernon and Gillenane can talk in your head. But
'Twas Mythal you heard, her echoes. Yet I am not the goddess returned.
what are you then?
I once feared Mythal would consume me
Yes,
were I to carry
that's
her,
what I
but 'twas
meant.
not so. I remain free-willed and mortal. What I now possess is but a spark of Mythal, shadowed memories through which to sift
That seems
for meaning.
unhelpful.
As to our admixture, I suspect
What
you
is
have
admixture?
questions.
That is a word I've never heard in my life. Yeah.
How can you carry Mythal's soul if you're not an elf?
Her spark
I
has
mean,
sheltered
yeah,
within
neither
both
was-
elves and humans who were sympathetic
Not
to
dwarves
her
or
in
Qunari?
thought
Feels
and
racist.
circumstance. Mythal's last host was a woman wronged, trapped by those sworn to love her. We may readily imagine
Flemeth?
their kinship.
Yeah, you know what? Why didn't she help the elves?
The fall of our civilization.
I can ask people
The
whatever I
wars.
want.
Everything elves went through. Where was Mythal for us then?
After the god's betrayal, she was a shadow of her former self, bereft of her power, slowly regaining her strength over the centuries. So she aided the elves as she could, speaking in dreams and offering counsel that ended blights and prevented wars.
At least now we know. So there's the soul of an elven god inside you. How does
And
that
you have a
even
son
happen?
who has the
Mythal's last
soul of
host
something else
was my
giant and
mother,
horrible in him.
Flemeth.
An archdemon, I think?
Oh. When I learned she intended me to become the next receptacle of an ancient god's soul,
That felt like a big
I
plot that's
feared
now going to
naught would be left of
go
my
nowhere
own.
ever because they can't
it
acknowledge
inevitably
that
came
Kieran
to
exists.
pass on a deep night. I was awakened by the presence of a blaze of magic in the shape of a woman who both was and was not my mother.
This isn't the strangest thing I've heard, but it's close.
'Tis difficult to describe, even now.
That is nowhere
Mythal's
near the
memories
strangest
were
thing
both
we've heard
gift
recently.
and burden, this blazing woman told me. But I must accept them of my own accord. The decision was paralyzing. What would it mean to
What
become
would
such
become
a
of my
host?
son that we can't
What
acknowledge?
would be lost if I refused? In the end, 'twas something in my mother's voice which guided me.
What was that?
Regret. Not the regret of a god, but of a mother who knew.
Oh, Claudia Black,
She
how
would
dare
never
you be
see
so
me
good.
again.
That's sad.
And so
That's a good performance.
my mind remains my own. What I gained was knowledge, both Mythal's and of those who bore her.
You would have met Solus
Yeah.
in the Inquisition, right?
I did indeed. 'Twas before I possessed Mythal's memories.
They know it all
At
about
the
each
time,
other,
I
from
thought
what I
Solus a
remember.
scowling elven apostate whose sole passion was finding
I
arguments.
mean, he is that still.
He heard me, in all my ignorance, expound on the histories of the elven people, explaining legends he had witnessed himself.
Bet he loved that.
'Tis not a memory that brings me pride.
Her, Claudia Black's actual child played, Morrigan's son, too, in Inquisition.
Do you have information we can use against Gillenane or Elgernon? Or Solus?
The last time Mythal faced Elgernon and Gillenane, she was struck down by the very dagger you now carry.
What about Solus?
You may recall he murdered Mythal's former host to claim her godly might as his own.
Yeah, he sucks.
I hoard no untapped magical secrets, Rook. What I do possess, I share freely with you and the Veil Jumpers.
Alright.
I try. I wish she could be more of a wise ass, to be honest, Joe. Like, that's the other thing that bums me out. Like, the range of dialogue options are much narrower than they were in previous games. And the sarcastic wise ass options are not nearly... Like, I want to be more of a little shit than the game lets me be. I yearn for Purple Hawk from Dragon Age 2.
You didn't come out here just to tell me you're Mythal.
We'll see.
I am not
so far, I
Mythal
gotta
in her
say, I am not
entirety.
feeling any kind of
But yes,
need or want to write
The
fic,
Dreadwolf
but
has occasion to visit you in dreams, where he portions out advice.
hang on,
And now,
let me just
after
finish
finding
this real
his
quick.
memories, you have peered into his deepest sorrows. Tell me then, what do you make
I
of
hate him.
Solus?
There have been like a handful of like particular moments, parts, missions that have been like deeply compelling and really interesting to me that I could maybe see, like, especially if there were like more things with that vibe. I could definitely see myself wanting to explore in fic. Hello, hi. My feet are being examined by a little bunny. So we'll see. I am very excited to have finally gone to Vinter and Minrathis and to like have seen Dorian and May, so that very much interests me. And I think I could do a lot more in fic, obviously, with like personalizing Rook and making them more of a like a individual, which would be fun. And yeah, wait till the end of the game pisses me off enough, probably. I also know, again, like a very big thing about the ending that I wish I didn't know, but one of my friends like said it in a Discord that we're both in, I think without thinking. So I know there's a certain very, very big thing that there's a huge choice I'm gonna have to make that I don't know how I'm gonna feel about, but we'll see when I actually get there. Yes, that is a fair that's a fair assessment, Joe. More.
I should ask you. Mythal knew Solus better than anyone.
I would influence your answer. Or do you mean to discover if I would stand directly against the
I
Dread
mean,
Wolf were
sure.
there a need?
Would you?
I shall aid you in any way, but
Oh,
that,
come on.
even had I the power, what has passed between Solus and Mythal,
Have your own opinions,
I
Morrigan.
beg you, do not ask this of me again.
Boo. Alright, look. Trapped, I don't feel sorry for him. He is trying to help, but fuck him. He's torn but doesn't know it. Again, feels very sympathetic. I do hate him. I do think this is a reductive way of assessing it, but it's the rudest possible option I can pick, so we're picking it.
Well, Solus killed the Titans, destroyed the ancient elves, and wants to ruin this world to bring back his old one. But he'll always make sure you hear just how sad he is about all the murder.
If that is how you
That's
see
pretty
him,
good.
perhaps the Dread Wolf's words have not served as well as he might wish.
I'll say.
'Tis not malice which made Solus your opponent, but conviction.
Yes, and I hate
Belief
it.
That only
I
he
hate
may
it.
halt what he set in
It's what
motion.
makes me so
Yet
angry
Solus
about
was once
him.
beloved of Mythal. 'Tis his very loyalty
I am
and
aware.
love for his people that led to the tragedy we now face.
But he's a
You may be in a
self-important,
position
pompous
to
ass
determine how
who
it
thinks
ends,
that he and only
more so
he
than
can make the
either
right
of you might
decisions and
realize.
choose for everyone. And that's why I hate his eggy little guts.
Well, that's not terrifying at all.
You have been thrust into the lives of gods. Fate will have its way, whether or without our permission.
Even more
Whether or
comforting,
without.
Morrigan.
If you would shape the outcome of your battle, I've
Is
one
it actually
last
helpful? Because
secret
nothing you've shared
to
so
share.
far has been helpful.
When Mythal was struck down by the other gods, it
You
was
already
with her
told me
own
that.
Miriam dagger, the dagger you now carry. Solus recovered it from Elganon, and from it extracted a fragment of Mythal that had lain hidden within its depths. This fragment, a younger sister to the one I carry, if you will, resides
Why is it in the
here,
crossroads and not in the dagger?
crossroads. I can open the way for you. Find her, survive the encounter,
Huh.
and the essence you obtain will aid you in times to come.
I wonder, I actually don't know if this is a main plot quest or if this is an optional thing. I wonder if this is like just a thing you can choose to do to get an advantage.
Another fragment of Mythal? In addition to the one inside
How many Horcruxes do we have
You
here?
are aware of what the word fragment means, are you not? One small piece of many, formed when something greater is broken. The first elves were spirits, as you well know, and when a spirit is broken, it may shatter into pieces, each holding
J.K. Rowling,
part of
etc.,
the original. Among the ancient elves who became known as gods, Dirthaman and his brother, Falondine, are but one example.
The elven word that I heard earlier was like Dirthal or something like that, which feels like it's maybe tied to Dirthaman, but I've already forgotten what the context that word popped up in was, so never mind.
All of that sounded great until survive the encounter.
You know Solus, and have seen Elganon, and memories of Mythal. They are creatures of emotion, as all spirits are. The fragment of Mythal that resides in me lived among mortals for thousands of years. She has grown wiser and more patient. This younger sister has not. She is the essence of Mythal as a god. She is unlikely to listen to polite requests, and though she is but a fragment of the goddess,
I don't like the sound of
battle
that.
will test you sorely.
If she's just going to attack us, why tell us about her at all? We have enough enemies already.
A fragment of a god's essence is a powerful thing. It may
It's
give
true.
you options against Elganon and Gillenane, or against the Dreadwolf himself. Should he
I mean, I'll
prove
try
as
whatever
cunning
this
and
is.
treacherous as ever.
If it's a very hard fight, I'm gonna run away. Joe. Of course not. Alright. Could you talk to her? The answer's gonna be
You
no,
know
but
this
I'm gonna at least
aspect of
try.
Mythal better than anyone. Could you try talking to her?
I
No.
dare say she would attack me on sight.
You're saying
Spirits
she's
can't
gonna
get along
attack
with
me on
fragments of
sight
each
too,
other?
bitch!
Spirits, certainly. But the aspects of a self-righteous god who have walked different paths for ages? One bears the insult of her betrayal by the Evanurus, and then by Solus, as fresh wounds, insult upon injury. The other once fell in love with an Alamari chieftain and lived happily in a swamp for centuries. Each reminds the other that another path existed, that they could have been wrong, and nothing angers Mythal like being wrong.
What kind of spirit was Mythal before she became an elf? I know Solus is elven for pride.
Mythal enjoyed ruling and having power, but it came not from the overweening desire to crush resistance, as is the case with Elganon. The emotion
Immortalizing
that inspired her
my
might best
very
be
important
described as
feedback.
benevolence, a guiding hand inclined to kindness. But like any spirit, when angered or twisted against her purpose, a more violent aspect arose. Where the Dreadwolf's wisdom gave way to pride when the world did not meet his standards,
Sounds good.
Mythal's benevolence gave way to retribution. After all, when kindness fails, the guilty must be punished.
Again, I don't know
were to
why I'm
try to
bothering to
talk
ask for
with her,
suggestions. I'm not
you
getting
have any
anything
suggestions?
useful out of this
She
conversation.
will demand respect, but detest flattery. She appreciates righteous anger,
Okay.
but will
Actually,
not
this is helpful
tolerate
feedback.
pity.
I'll give her that.
She is, for want of better phrasing, prickly.
All right.
But if you are determined to try, then I wish you luck.
Let's see what I can do.
Thank you for the information, Morrigan.
There is one more thing, if I may. Something whispered, not by myself.
The
but
shade of her
Nathal.
lipstick is just absolute
The elves
chef's
have
kiss.
learned
It's so
many
good.
of the glories and horrors of ancient Elvenon. Yet your people live in this world now as the old elves never could. Know it as they could not. There is your strength. 'Tis why you shall surpass what
What does
came
that even
before
mean?
one day.
Did Mythal see this?
That's
Is it a
so,
prediction?
like, existential.
From a mother to her distant
Please.
children, no less beloved than any before them.
That's not helpful. And again, I really wish my companions don't all just, like, vanish into the mist when I have these conversations. It's nice to, like, have them chime in, you know? Like, Balara, I have an all-elf party right now. I feel like they both would have found this interesting, especially Balara, who's so into, like, ancient elven history and tech and stuff. Please, let my companions speak. Okay, find the fragment of Mythal in the crossroads. We'll try it. She made it sound like it's a really horrible battle, which I'm not excited about. How do we get to there? Huh.
A god's fragment. Sharper
I can't remember when the last time you were watching was. I've gone back since the first time. I have been back once, and I did a bunch of stuff around there and then ran away again. I deeply
We're getting
respect
close to where
Professor
Morgan said
Goth
that other
Daddy
fragment of the
for how
fall
much
was.
he loves it and sees the beauty in it, but I still find it horrifying. Honestly, I find a lot of the locations in this particular game pretty horrifying. Like, everything's either blighted or, like, underground and horrible. There's a chest. I don't think it'll let me climb, though. You bitches! Okay.
That has to be her.
Nope.
Mythal herself. There's so much we could learn if... Do you think she might
I
talk to
want
us
the
instead of
chest. I
attacking?
don't want to talk to
We'll
her.
find out.
Do I have... I think I've done all of my companion quests at the moment. Yeah. I don't have any companion quests left, so I have to do, like, either side quests or actual plot. Mostly I've been doing side quests. Which is why my romance hasn't progressed at all. Hello. If you've just been all by yourself for ages standing here, that's... No! Let me pick it up! The
You are
stuff!
Rook. I have seen you and your companions. I never again expected to see my children in the Dreadwolf's crossroads.
Huh. She is a...
And you know who I am.
Morrigan wears that.
Mythal.
Oh, I don't like
The
Davrin's
part of
armor.
me
I gotta
that
fix
survived
that.
betrayal by the rest of the Evernuris, if this can be called surviving. Solas. He drew me from the dagger that struck me down, but what is left of me can only survive here. I cannot return to the world, and even the true Fade is
Yeah,
denied
that's
me.
dark,
All
man.
I can do is watch. Have you come to seek the blessing of your god? Or did you come to ask your god to sacrifice herself to help you defeat the
I
monsters?
mean, I just
Elganon
came
and
to
Gillian
talk
have
to you, to be
become?
honest. My god, why would I attack her? That is an elven-only option? Attacking her? That's so interesting and weird. I mean... I guess I can try, right? And I saved and I'll go back if I want to see what the other things
I
are.
came here to ask for your help.
Yeah, she's not
The
gonna like
gods have
that.
endangered the world, and
You dare explain to me what they are doing? You are 1,000 years from
Yeah,
knowing
she
the
hates
proper
my guts.
words.
we saw Solus's memories, his regrets.
You saw the recollection he cultivated like a tree,
Yeah.
twisting to catch the
He
sun.
sucks.
You wish for my help? Convince me. Make
Show
your
me
case,
you're strong enough.
and I will yield my essence willingly to help you against Elganan and Gillenane. Fail, and I shall kill you for wasting my time, or you will kill me and obtain my essence
Oh.
in doing so.
So if you talk
A
her into it,
harder-edged,
you get
simpler
more of an
version.
advantage.
It has been centuries since a petitioner stood before me, so why should I help you?
If I don't stop the gods, the whole world will be corrupted by the Blight.
That is why you must succeed, so tell me why I must help you.
We know the truth about the Blight. We know it came from the imprisoned dreams of the Titans after you and Solus defeated them.
Anne?
She said, no flattery. She's fine with righteous anger. So do I just go all in on the Blight is your fault? She won't care about people will die. I think the two options are either you stood against it or the Blight is your fault. And I want to go for fuck you. You
And the
did
Blight
this.
only happened because of what you did. You need to fix your mistake.
My mistake!
Yes, she didn't like that one!
Ended a war, you petulant child. Your words are weak. Prove your worth or die.
Yeah, alright. I want to go back. I want to see if I can get a better... I'll fight her if I have to. That was pretty badass, though.
Everyone get ready.
That's one big dragon.
Thanks, Javrin. Alright. We're gonna try this again. I don't know if this is actually something you can do or not. This might be the first
We're
time
getting
I've...
close to where Morrigan said that other fragment of Mythal was.
This might be the first time I've actually reloaded and tried a different dialogue option since I started the game. I'm usually just too impatient for this. Okay, I don't want to get close. I want to pick up that thing to the side before I talk to her, but I don't
It
think the
has to
game
be
is going to
her.
let me.
Mythal herself. There's so much we could learn if... Do you think she might talk to us instead of attacking?
Guess we'll find out.
No!
You are Rook. I have seen you and your companion. I never again expect to see my children in the Dreadwolf's crossroads. And you know who I am.
Mythal.
The part of me that survived betrayal by the rest of the... Solus. I cannot return. Have you come to seek the blessing of your... Or did you come to ask your god?
Morrigan was right. Talking to you is a waste of time.
Okay, I don't think that's what I
You
wanted
listen to
either.
the human and the cowardly echo she carries.
Is she gonna attack me now?
You desire the essence of a god.
Yep.
And think you
Nope,
deserve
that
it.
wasn't it. That wasn't it.
Take it if you can.
That wasn't it either.
Everyone get ready.
We
That's
try.
one big
We
dragon.
go again. Again.
We're getting close to where Morrigan said that other fragment of Mythal was. That has to be her.
A fragment of Mythal herself. We talking of...
You are Rook. I have seen... Have you... Or did you come to...
I came here to ask for your...
You saw... You wish... Make your case. Fail. It has been...
Alright. It is definitely not Solus is helping me. He killed her multiple times. Forget it, I'll fight you. No. We are worthy? No. I don't think that's it. I still think out of these choices, we must stop the blight is the best option. I'm gonna do it again.
If I don't stop... We know the truth about the...
Anne,
Stopping the Blight mattered enough for you to talk with Solus, even after he rebelled against you. It mattered enough for you to stand against the other gods.
and I was struck down for doing so, betrayed by those I had ruled beside for centuries.
Yeah, so fuck him up.
You made the difficult choice to protect your home. Because it was the right thing to do. Help me do the same.
Not bad, but not enough. Let us speak of something else.
Okay. We must stop the gods or we are worthy. We must stop the gods?
You can't want Elgernon and Gillenane to rule the world. Not after what they did to you.
I ruled alongside them for centuries. I bear them no love now, and they were ever flawed, as all rulers are. Yet they were better than the others who threatened your ancestors. Monsters like the Titans, or selfish fools like Anaris. Set the Blight aside, and tell me why I should help you topple your own gods.
Man, this is a twisty one. That's progress, but I feel like I'm about to fuck it up again. I think it's wild to put the blight aside, but I don't think she's gonna welcome that, so I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna go with this.
What they did to you was wrong.
And you care so deeply for the injustice done to me
She's such an
thousands of years
asshole.
ago.
You deserve justice. And they deserve to be punished for misusing their power and killing you when you tried to check them.
If you wish to prove your worth, you must do better than that.
Alright.
I am worthy of your help.
That is for me to judge.
I am fighting to protect this world.
Any petty tyrant can fight those who come to their land and claim to be protecting their people. What is a protector to you?
It's making a place that's safe for everyone. That means defending against danger, but it also means building a strong community that works together for the common good.
And what have you built?
Look at my team. We're not just hired blades. We started as strangers and grew together into a family.
Your arguments are compelling. I find you worthy, Rook. I have spent thousands of years watching. I shall miss them.
Yeah!
But if what I am can protect the innocent and smite the guilty, this is what remains of me.
Yay!
I give it to you freely. Use it to protect this world with kindness when possible and cunning when necessary.
I will. Thank you.
Cool. Again, I really wish it was possible to do something with the fact
Essence
that
of the Protector.
whether my Inquisitor did or didn't drink from the well at the Temple of Mythal and
Peace
Inquisition,
of the
but
sun. I've never felt
there was
something
no way
so
to acknowledge that.
alive. And now, how to use it. A god knows her moment. At least, her essence does. When the time comes, we'll be ready.
Interesting.
We did it. We got Mythal's essence.
And we didn't even have to fight her.
Not sure what we do with it just yet. But if Morrigan's telling the truth, it'll come in handy at some point.
Oh, I forgot to grab the thing. Let's go back up for it. Is there anything else worth grabbing down here? Or is it just a giant dragon fighty?